We acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region, and we pay our respects to all elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to Behind the Content podcast, hosted by myself, Lex.
And me, Matt.
Both experts in content creation with a combined 16 years experience.
Join us as we bring you behind the scenes of our lives as business owners, deep diving into the rise of iPhone wedding content, aligning with your purpose, the wedding industry, and everything in between.
You'll hear from industry experts, talented creators, as well as couples sharing their journeys and insights from their own weddings.
Get comfy and let's grow together as we cover all things wedding content and more every week.
Ooh, episode 19.
What the heck?
So we recorded with Briony, our bride / content creator.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Such
inside and out. So sweet.
So sweet. We just had a beautiful time having the conversations with her all about her journey.
Life, journey, weddings, Europe, everything. So much packed into not long.
Such a short time. Yeah. She's been doing wedding content for under a year, but she was actually my bride last year, basically this time last year, in Lake Como.
Crazy.
So she eloped and it was the most chaotic wedding day. I've spoken about it a few times on the pod, but she gets right into the details.
It's good to see it from a different perspective, so I'm excited.
From the horse's mouth.
Literally.
Yeah. So it's such a good story. Plenty of tumultuous things happen on this day, but she also shares a journey about her going into wedding content creation. And
she's very knowledgeable and didn't just jump into it without training. So she's got a lot behind her and a lot of knowledge, and I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, so we can't wait to get you guys to listen to this. It is going to be such a good one. And she's based in Melbourne. She'll be moving to Bali next year, 2026. So cool.
I want to move to Bali.
Have a listen and let us know what you think. We want to know if you are enjoying the episodes with guests.
Let us know,
well.
please. Yeah. And if you want to come on, shout out.
Yay.
See ya, enjoy.
Briony, welcome to Behind the Content podcast. We are so excited to have you today.
I've been dying to hear this story.
I'm so excited to be here. I know, I'm so excited to be here.
So good. For a bit of background for the listeners, Briony is one of my past brides, and you're coming up to your 1 year anniversary soon because you eloped in Lake Como. So we can't wait to hear about all the things and sharing the chaos of the day.
To say the least.
Yeah, so good. And obviously now you're a content creator, so we want to hear your journey about what it was like being a bride and having a content creator on the day, and I guess how that influenced you into becoming a wedding creator.
Because you would have been one of the first to have a wedding creator, because it was pretty fresh.
It was fresh back then, I guess.
Back then it was pretty.
Overseas, I would say. I think that it was starting off so new in Australia. So I think it was, people were sort of just starting to elope and have weddings overseas and bring their content creators with them. So I know, Lex, it was like your first time doing weddings over there. And you were killing it, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So I feel like I was probably one of the first to have an overseas content creator or bring someone overseas.
Yeah, from Australia, I guess, as well, because there's a few over there now that are based there. Like when I was there, I met a couple, but it wasn't really that big.
Yeah,
wasn't that big
over
there?
Over there.
No. Yeah, but it's now.
Because you were working with a couple over there that were have there. That's cool.
Yeah, so good.
Well, let's get into it. I have so many questions. I'm just like,
Maddie's ready.
I am ready. All right. What made you fall in love with it in the first place? With wedding content, weddings, everything?
Honestly, I would say getting married, because I think before you get married, it's obviously a really big day. Everyone says it's the most important day of their life. But I think when you actually get married, you realize how important it is to have the right people there. And that's not even just guests, that's your vendors too. Because I think that, what can be so small and insignificant to somebody else attending your wedding can really determine if your day is good or not. 100%. So as Lex knows, my day was really, really stressful. And I think having her there and her being the right person, she calmed me a lot throughout the day. So I obviously love content creation and I do love that aspect of it. But I think the reason I wanted to get into it was to be that calm for brides as well, because I knew how important it was for me to have that person there as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
Such a good answer. I love that.
Oh,
And you
so good.
saying that makes me think of my wedding day. It's so true. Like you
Mm.
do need your team. They're with you more
Yeah.
than your guests, and probably
Yes.
Yeah.
even more than your spouse for some of it. Like the photographer is with you from the minute the content creator is there from the minute
Yeah,
you get there to the minute you leave. So that's crazy.
Yeah. And I think if you
Mm.
have, from what I've noticed anyway, is if you have bridesmaids and maid of honors there, I didn't because I eloped, but if you did have those people, I mean, that's essentially their role, is to calm you down the day. But
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of weddings as a content creator where that's not always the case. And sometimes the maid of honor or the bridesmaids, they're doing 101 other things. And
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
actually see the bride get physically overwhelmed and stressed. And I think that's
Yeah.
where we can jump in and be like, hey,
Yeah.
let's just take a minute to soak up the moment. Let's like pause on the content for a second. Like let's sit down, let's have a drink. And so you can sort of be that person to bring them back down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because our only
totally.
priority is them usually. So
Yeah.
the bridal party is focused on so many things. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, and they're worried about what they look like and what's going on in their world, and fixing themselves up and stuff as
Getting
well.
their own content. I'm like, put your phone away. It's fine.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's nice, but yeah, they're also there to be the guest as well and enjoy themselves too. So while also worrying about the bride and all the other things, but
and not all bridal parties get along. Like that is the other crazy thing to
Oh
me.
my God, no, I have seen some bridal parties, obviously I will not name, but I've seen some where I'm like, are they really your friends? Like, I'll be behind the camera hyping them up, like, you look stunning, you look gorgeous. And I'm like, not one compliment from your bridal party?
Yeah,
Like,
let's just pump each other up, please.
yeah, so that's another thing I think as a content creator, you're also their hype person. So whenever they get in their own head or they're like a little bit worried about something, like you're there to remind them, like, no, this is your day. You look incredible. And sometimes they don't have that there. They could have a big wedding of 150 people and everyone's sort of being pulled in every direction. So you're that person to, keep them calm, but also like remind them that it's their day and not stress about everyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like what my wedding venue coordinator said. She said, you're the guests of honor, not the hosts. I was like, yeah. She's like, you're not hosting people. You are like the little celebrities of the day. I was like, yeah,
it's
that's so true.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's why we booked her.
Stop stealing my words.
I love that. I love it. Yes. I guess what we would really love to know is, looking back, from your own wedding day, what is the type of content that you love looking back on the most? I know there are a couple of things. Maybe you can kind of share, I guess, with our listeners what your wedding day was like, and then looking back.
How long do we have?
Give us the medium version
recap,
of the
the short
story.
recap.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do I start? So my husband and I wanted to elope in Italy. It's obviously such a romantic place, and we really wanted something that was intimate and special. And we felt like a big day. We're just people that get overwhelmed really easy, and we probably wouldn't enjoy that. So we're like, yep, let's do it. We decided to organize everything ourselves. So we did not get a wedding planner, which we regret. We are both really, I suppose, organized people. So we're like, yeah, we've got it covered. So we organized everything ourselves. And then the day before, all of our wedding stuff, like my wedding dress, his suit, that all got stuck in storage. A storage unit, which we were told was 24/7, but apparently they're closed on this one day out of the whole week.
Oh,
so
no.
my wedding was the next day.
24/6.
24/6. Yeah, 24/6.
Literally.
But it says 24/7 on the website. I like clarified with the lady on the phone. I'm like, so I can pick this up on this date. She's like, yes, you have a pin. Like, it's fine. You can go. Anyway, we're there. I'm stressing out. I'm like, my wedding is tomorrow. I cannot get my dress. Like, what's going on? So Luke actually broke in to the storage unit. The alarms went off.
I did not know this.
Yeah, it was full on. So the alarms went off. So the chaos actually started the day before.
The day before. Wow.
Yes,
I just had an epiphany. I'm like, a wedding planner. People that think they don't need a planner, I think we should not call them planners anymore. We should call them like executive assistants, because on the day you're the celebrity and you need an executive assistant on the day. Like, I feel like that's
100%.
Wow.
100%.
So,
the police rocked up. Luke is Italian, so that was good. So I feel like because he's Italian, he can't speak Italian, but he just drops the last name. It's Italian last name. And then that's sort of like, oh yeah, it's okay. We said the alarm went off. We didn't know it was closed, so we just left. We'll come back tomorrow. But we had at that point got all of that stuff out. So we actually didn't steal. We just took back what was
It's
ours.
your own stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And then we went to Lake Como. We drove to our accommodation. We're on such a high. We bought like all of these pastries and like mimosas and stuff for all of the vendors to arrive the next morning. The morning comes around. It was like, you know, all sunshine and rainbows. And then I'm in one room getting ready and Luke's in another room getting ready because we wanted to get ready separately and do a first look. And the photographer, I can hear Luke on the phone. The photographer's like, "Is your wedding today?" I'm like, "Sorry, what?" And he's like, "Oh, I had like next Tuesday for some reason." So I'm like scrolling through my messages, like, have I stuffed up here? So I'm scrolling through. We have said over the last 7 months, like this date a million times. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. So the photographer's like, "I can be there in 3 hours, but you know, I'll just like send you an assistant in the meantime." The assistant also came 3 hours later though. And then poor Lex
As a
was
photographer, I'm cringing so hard right now.
yeah. And then poor Lex was messaging me. This was also like your first wedding overseas. If anyone's been to Lake Como, like, you know, if you want to get from A to B, like you better have a hire car. There's no taxis, there's no transport. Like Italy's chaos, and it was both our first times being there. So like I didn't know, you didn't know. So we're like, "Oh yeah, like see you soon," and we're like messaging. And then there was like no way for her to get to where I was staying.
On my end, it was like, because there's a train obviously to Verona, which is where you were, where Villa Monastero is. There's no taxi. There's 3 taxis actually, but you have to book them in advance. And there's no way to actually. So where Briony was staying was a like 10-minute drive away from the train station, right?
Yikes.
Which is kind of in the central town where you can walk to where you were getting married at Villa Monastero.
Yeah.
And so at that point, because you were saying the makeup artist was saying, "Oh, like you can't like there were no Ubers, like Uber wasn't coming up as an option."
Yeah, so I was because you had messaged me, you were actually there early, and you said, "I've just arrived. I'm going to grab something."
Yeah, we had
to
breakfast.
Eat. And I was like, "Yeah, go grab
sunshine
something
and
to
rainbows
eat.
in the morning. We're having breakfast by the lake. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I'm like to my makeup artist, like, "Oh, my content creator's going to be here soon," and she's like, "How is she getting here?" She lives in Italy, and I'm like, "Oh, she's going to get a taxi after she gets something to eat," and she's like, "There is no taxis," and I was like,
gosh.
"No, she'll get one. It's fine. She'll get Uber or something." Like we're so. From Australia, it's not
we're
funny.
just
like,
so
delusional.
ignorant.
We're so delusional. So that was like chaotic, and then obviously because the photographer was late, and then everything got pushed out. We had a hire car that got pushed out. We had hired a boat that got pushed out. The ceremony, I think we got there with 40 minutes to spare. We had hired the balcony for 1 hour, and there was a security guard there, like on the dot, ready to let people in. So everything was just really rush, and like. Throughout the whole day, I think if I didn't have Lex there, I would not have had a good day. Like I think, you know, I was eloping. I didn't have bridesmaids. I didn't have family. Like you were like fanning me down. You were like, "It's okay, it's fine." I think I was going to faint at one point, and you're like, "Let's sit down for a second." Like you just really helped me. And I think if I didn't have that, like I would have been screwed.
I think also what we didn't realize was how hot it was going to be.
Yes.
It was like it felt like 40 degrees, I shit you not. And these like Briony's in her like Kaya dress.
Gosh.
Luke's in like a 3-piece corset.
Add on that.
And Luke's got the 3-piece suit on, this black suit. And I was standing, you know, when you were doing the photos in front of the church with the car and right in the beaming sun. Oh my God, I felt so sorry for you guys because I was sweating and I was like, these guys are wearing like
from
layers.
Places I should not have been sweating from. So if anyone is listening and you want to get married, do not do it in July. Like anyone that's reached out to me and said, "I want to get married in Italy," I'm like, August, September. Like, do not do it in July. Like I was sweating from everywhere. I was literally using the split in my dress as like a way to get myself out.
It was so fun. It was like, oh my gosh. And then when we got onto the boat, bit of respite there with the wind, which was cool. I think that was sick. And then we stopped and it was like, oh, it's hot again. In front of like the Bellagio.
It was full on. Like I've never experienced that sort of heat before. If you do want to get married in Euro summer, like
early or late,
it's light all day. You can do it in late afternoon. We did it like peak middle of the day. So we weren't really thinking, I suppose. And if we had, a wedding planner, they probably would have gave us that heads up.
That hint. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess like starting at one, because we did portraits first. Basically we did a portrait session before everything, and then we did the Villa Monastera gazebo at like 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that, I guess it was.
Yeah, I think it was 5 o'clock, and that was the last
booking
place. Yep.
And it was still quite bright, which was lovely. But I guess what else added to the chaos was the car beforehand. This was the first, so we're taking the first lot of photos. So we've met so I've gone from the main town, took a taxi up into this hill that I thought, which is where you were staying. Wasn't the case, had to get out because these ladies had booked this taxi.
Oh, no.
He said, I'll come back and get you.
No, he didn't.
I was like, is this man going to come? He's left me on a hill. I was like in the fucking hills somewhere and like literally shitting myself. And then luckily he came back, dropped me back off at Villa Monastero, basically in the town. And then I was like, I just have to meet you there. Like, I can't get to you. I'm so sorry. That I was literally I don't think I've ever been so stressed in my life, because I just was worried, because I knew you guys were doing the first look. And couldn't get to you to help you get dressed. I was like, oh no.
Like, I'm not going to name my photographer, because when he was there, and I think the photos speak for themselves. He was so talented and he was a really cool guy. And I think this also reflects back into the whole, when you're married, you know how important it is to the couple. Like, you could tell you were frantic, you're apologetic, and you really made up for it. I think you stayed longer than you needed to. Like, you were the best. Whereas with him, he was like, this happens, it's fine. And I'm like, I literally didn't get my first look. Like, I'm not having a traditional wedding. That's just the one thing that we really wanted. And he's like, yeah, but it happens all the time.
So you just kind of brushed it off.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, no, I don't get married all of the time. But you can actually see in the first few photos, I'm like dead resting bitch face. I'm like this. I was so mad at him. I had to take a moment to warm up to him because I was so pissed off.
Yeah, and he is European as well, so I think it was just maybe the way, just the mannerisms and potentially how he went about it. Why
didn't you do the first look in the end? Did he just say no?
Well, because
he was 3 hours late.
Well, no one was actually there to help them.
I thought he was there saying, it happens.
I'm like, no one was there. I had to get Luke to, I had to knock on the thing and say, can you help me get ready?
Can you dress me? Yeah.
Because I can't put this dress on by myself. And then I had to do his cufflinks and stuff. So we were really excited for that. And honestly, if we had a plans in our head, let's help each other get ready, we could have probably made it cute. But because we had such a different idea of what that morning was like, we were both so upset. We were holding back tears on our wedding day. We've spent so much money and time in organizing this day, and it's not going to plan. But when we look back on the photos and the content that Lex captured, I feel like it does make it all worth it. We got to tell our story and show our love, showcase our love in a way that we wanted to.
And you still got married, which is the main thing.
Yeah, and we're married. So I love being married, but would I do the day again? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Differently, yeah. And I guess we're able to look back and laugh now and be like, that was just so crazy. Yeah. What a story though.
We actually sat down at the end of the day. There's a 20-minute video that we made at the end of the day on my digicam. We look like absolute shit. I'm sunburned. My makeup's all dirty and gross because I've been sweating all day. And we did it for our future selves. So we sat down and we told our story, and we actually watched it a couple months ago, and we're like, that is hilarious. Because in the moment we were like, we're gonna have PTSD from this day.
Yeah. Your kids will love it.
But now it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I remember when the car left.
Oh yeah, he had Luke's sunglasses and he had my bouquet that I was supposed to walk down the aisle with.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was one thing after the other. I was like, what else
I'm
is
just
going?
envisioning you chasing after the car down these streets.
We were just
we were on a boat.
Didn't realize. We're already on the boat.
Far out, man.
Didn't realize until, because you were looking for the sunnies, and I was like, oh fuck, the bouquets not there either. And it was just frantic. It was frantic. That's what happens and I think that's probably a good lesson for any brides listening. If things are getting frantic and you can't get out of that mindset, or the frantic kind of energy, more frantic things are gonna come about. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
one thing is going to happen after the other, unless you can actually kind of pull yourself out of it for a second, or just like, I don't know, like what do you do in that situation? Because it's so hard. It's so easy to say, but like how do you do that in real time?
Like on my wedding day, we booked a bar thing. We booked out the whole thing so our whole bridal party could just get their photos there and everything. And I booked it well in advance, paid like the $500 deposit, everything. We show up. I'm in my wedding dress. Obviously, it's my wedding day. And they're like, we don't have a booking for you. And I was like, we've just brought our whole bridal party to the city to get these photos here. And they're like, no, we just don't. So then the groomsmen kicked off, and they're like, and me and Robbie are like, we're going to go for a walk and get photos in the city. And we just left. We're like, no, can't be around the energy. We came back and still no booking.
I think there's just always going to be something
Weddings
that
are
goes
just
wrong.
Nuts, yeah.
There's always something, and I think like, I forgot my makeup bag, my touch-up makeup bag. So we had to go back, which was like another detour because I needed to fix myself because it was just so hot. Like, honestly, it's like getting your makap done and then standing in a shower. Like, I needed to touch my face because I looked horrible. But I think that day as well also determines like why I wanted to do wedding content creation, because before that I was doing it for businesses. So I do social media management. So I was doing content creation for like the health and fitness industry and hospitality and all that sort of stuff. And on the odd occasion, my clients would say, hey, can you do a birthday party or can you do a baptism? And I do it, but not really post it because it wasn't really what I did. And then after I got married, I was like, there was two reasons, obviously, like Lex being my calm during the storm, and then also me realizing like, shit, that day's actually really stressful. And both those things made me want to get into wedding content creation because I feel like I can help. I'm like, I know that I've got the eye for content creation because I'm already doing it from another angle. And I feel like I now understand how stressful and important that day is. So I want to make sure people get to enjoy their day and not get overwhelmed the way that I did. So I think that's sort of why I navigated towards that.
So good. You've got real life experience as well now, so that's perfect.
That's the icing on the cake for sure. I guess
what's like a challenge so far you've faced that, or a couple of challenges you've faced in content?
Honestly, I feel like sometimes, and you would probably get this too, is you feel like you're not taken seriously. And I think you really have to have this, I don't know if we can swear on here, but this like, I don't give.
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. I don't give a fuck mentality. You have to have that, because if you care if people are looking at you or being dismissive towards you, like it's not for you, because people will. I think as soon as you have an iPhone in your hand rather than a camera, whether it's, you know, family members, they're a little bit older and they might not understand what content creation is, so they don't know what you're doing, or other vendors, like going into a wedding, there's usually always someone that can be quite dismissive towards you, and you just need to realize why you're there. Like you're there because the couple chose for you to be there and they want your work. So you sort of need to block out that noise. I mean, you know, you're not in it to make friends. If you do along the way, that's incredible. And I've met some amazing people that I've really learnt from too. But there's also been instances where people have been quite rude towards me, and I've just had to like not let it get to me and just continue on with my job and what I'm there for.
It's a blessing and a curse. Hey, like I feel like because we've got an iPhone, it is easier for us to help vendors and be like, oh, I'll run and go get the bouquet if they've forgotten the bouquet, or I'll run and go get that. But then sometimes we're always doing that helping mentality, and it's like we're missing things. So it's that balance of, I'm not the assistant, but I'm also, I need to have shit to do. I have so much I need to do, but also it is easier for me to help. So it's so tricky.
And it's always, I think, like the older sort of generation too. Like, I don't know, I have worked with some photographers and videographers that have been like amazing, like really taken me under their wing, and I've learned so much from just one day with them. But then there's been some times where, you know, they've probably been in the industry for 15 plus years, which I respect and I get that. But because they have been in it for so long and content creation is so new, they're sort of like, well, what are you doing here? And that can really be a bit disheartening, I think, as well, because you've obviously, you still, of course you have, like all content creators can relate to that. I feel like you know, you're not taken seriously, but you're not just standing there with an iPhone. Like anyone with an iPhone can take a video, but knowing like to be observant and what to capture the detail, the editing afterwards can sometimes be up to a 5-hour job. So like you're still putting a lot of hard work into that they might not see. And so because they don't see it, I feel like sometimes you can be dismissed.
Yeah. You got to have thick skin, hey?
You do, absolutely. Like took the words right out of my mouth. Like thick skin is a plus. And I think especially because there's different content creators, what I've been reading anyway on some of these like pages, Facebook pages, is some creators are bringing like a Canon, like a DSLR these days. And I'm just like, and they're like, I don't know why the photographer was mad at me. I'm like, you have a fucking camera. Like,
oh yeah. See, like I would never do that. I have a camera and I film on a camera for my social media clients.
I feel like guests doing it is completely different. That's so fine. But us doing it and showing up, we're right next to the photographer all day. So I'm
no way. I would never ever do that. So like personally, I love my camera quality content
of course,
because it's on a camera, of course. It's better quality, but there's just like,
you know why,
like I'm not that like you know, a social media manager, I can do that for my clients, but I would never ever rock up to a wedding like, oh hey, I've got a camera and I'm just gonna do what you're doing, but you know, 3 times cheaper. Like that is just like you're stepping on their toes. Then like I would never do that. You're a content creator, so I'll show with my iPhone.
And that's why we do it. Like that is why the industry was created. It's to fill that gap that was missing from like quick iPhone style content.
I saw the vendor table did an episode literally the other day, and so a couple of people were commenting, even planners were saying, it's not how you capture content, it's what you do with the content. It's always going to be on socials. I'm like, but photographers are there capturing with professional cameras, and yes, their photos get put on socials, but they're not taking a whole day of iPhone content and like content creators showing up with these cameras and just posting them and saying it doesn't matter because I'm still a content creator. It's like I commented and I was like, okay, but if I was a carpenter, would I show up and paint a house, like build the house with a paintbrush? No, I would build it with
that's
wood.
a great way to put it, actually. I think like I have a camcorder and I'll bring that. It's not like this big high-tech piece. It's literally just like a shitty quality camcorder, but it gives some of the reels like this old school home movie look, which I love. And I always ask the brides beforehand if that's something that they want to incorporate. But also it's not, as I said, it's like this little thing. It's not like a threatening piece of equipment.
I brought one for you guys. I brought my little digicam, and it was like it's literally like 10 years old. It's like a waterproof one I bought for like a cruise that I went on. And I just did a couple of videos, stuff like with you guys for that one. But I literally was like, I can't do both 2 things at the same time. It's impossible.
Yeah, we have to
capture good content. But it's really difficult. But I get what you mean. Like that is such a challenge to deal with on the day when you are working with, especially someone you haven't worked with before. You don't know what they're about or what their stance is on content creators or things like that. So I think, like we've said, you know, you need a thicker skin in the industry. It's not just going to be all sunshine and rainbows and everyone's going to get along and be like best friends, like hopefully yes, but most of the time, like you need to kind of be expecting the worst case scenario.
And I think as well, you know, there might be times where people are like rude or dismissive towards you, but if you feed into that energy, you could really set the tone for the whole day. And so you always have to remind yourself, like regardless of what you have going on in your personal life or regardless of how you're feeling on the day, because there will be times where you feel overwhelmed or you feel maybe excluded from the vendor group. You can't let the bride or the couple see that.
No way.
And friendly and positive and happy, because like your energy is a part of why they hired you as well. Like, so I think if
you're a professional content creator, you know how to be professional and like
exactly, you have to be professional. And I think if like, you know, one vendor's being like that and you feed into that and there's like this conflict throughout the day, like that energy could really ruin a couple's day. So you just need to like disregard it and continue doing what you're doing and just like dial in on making sure they're having the best time.
Yeah, I've seen it happen where 2 photographers like went at each other basically in front of the couple, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you need to calm down.
We're just like, what is happening? Not the time.
I was like, I can't capture this. Like,
God. Well, did you just see their expression?
What the hell?
It wasn't 2 going at each other. It was just one, photographer was like not in the best mood. I don't know if maybe she had something going on, but she just wasn't in the best mood. She was like nice enough to everyone, but you could tell she was like in a shitty mood, and her energy was sort of rubbing off on the bridal party because she wasn't being fun. She
like
was
fun
being
and
like a little bit, you could just tell she had something going on. And there was a few comments made like, what's going on with her? And it's like, you can't really be bringing that here because
and it's
they've
so
got
easy
to the whole day.
so easy
really
to read.
determines the whole day.
And
it's
like your 50th day at work, but it's their first day of ever getting married and only
and I don't think people understand that either. I think like unless you've been married, you don't understand that like all of these really tiny things, or what could be tiny to other people, they impact your day. Like if someone looks like they're not having fun, or you know, if there's little like minor things that happen throughout the day that could ruin the whole day for them. So like probably like if you're attending a wedding or a vendor or whatever and you've got shit going on, just like make sure that they don't see that.
I think it's so true, and the energy, you can feel it, like it's palpable. So you know when you walk into a room and there's like some shit's just gone down and you're like, the fuck is happening? What is this weird ass energy? Like, okay, let's like switch this around. So I think that is just really important to like check yourself before you wreck yourself.
100%.
Check yourself.
Well, I guess we've kind of covered this one as, going just through our questions, sorry. But to support the couple and the team on the wedding day, I think like you've already touched on that in terms of what is important, which is bringing the energy and bringing like the calm as well, like bringing that, knowing when to dial it up and dial it down.
You're like an additional bridesmaid.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we said that before. It's so good.
And that's not to say like behind the scenes if something's happening. Like I've heard of horror stories. Even me, like I've had tech issues on the day, and I just wouldn't ever let them notice. Like I know sometimes you'll be filming or something crazy will happen, and you're just like,
your iPhone storage is full.
I'm just gonna have to keep.
Oh my god, that's the worst
nightmare.
And then the photographer finds out because you're chatting with them. You are close with them on the day, and then you can vibe and cry behind the scenes. But in front of them, no,
exactly, like they don't need to know. But we'd love to hear a bit more about your first ever content job and what you learned from that job, like wedding job.
So my first one was a Macedonian wedding, so I was thrown like right into the big wedding deep end, which was like so fun. But essentially I had not done weddings before, so I put an ad up and I said that I wanted to do a bunch of free weddings to grow my portfolio. And this girl reached out that I have known mutually for a few years, and I was like, this is amazing because she's like literally a model. So I was like, to grow my portfolio, and she's stunning too. So like double whammy. She had already had a team. So she had, because it was such a big wedding, she had 2 videographers, 2 photographers, and then each vendor had bought their own content creator. And then I was also the last one to arrive, because they got earlier on in the morning. So everyone was there. Everyone had sort of found their groove. So I suppose just like trying to like fit
Did their packages include content?
Wow.
Do you know if they're packed like their wedding?
I don't think so. Like, for example, I was quite close with one of the photographers and her content creator on the day, and that content creator was very, very new, and she was doing what I was doing. She was just there to learn. She just sort of tagged along with the photographer. They were great. That photographer really took me under her wing, which I needed, because there was times throughout the day where I just didn't really know. Like, for example, the ceremony, I'm like, where do we stand? How close up do we go? Like, I don't want to be in the way. Like, what am I doing? And she's like, stand here, do this, do that. And like really taught me like how to capture that content without being in the way. So she was really helpful. But the day itself, I think it was a 10-hour day. So it was a big day, but it also really taught me why I got into it. It's like, as I was saying before, I really wanted to be that calm. And she was like phenomenal. She handled it like a boss, but there was a lot of things that had happened throughout the day. So like, she was getting ready and everyone was sort of like organizing themselves and touching up their own makeup and stuff and not really looking after her. And I could sort of see her in her own head get a little bit overwhelmed. And I'm like, hey, like, just remember, this is your day. Like, you look beautiful. Calms her down. 2 seconds later, we noticed there was a red stain on the front of her dress. We don't know where it was coming from. If it was nail polish, what it was. It's like a red stain. So all family had come in and said hello to her. And we think maybe someone had accidentally put it on her dress.
Rubbed it,
so that didn't come off. We tried so many different things and everyone was sort of standing around her like, oh my God. And I was like, okay,
freaking
let's
out.
just like take initiative of this
Eyes off
situation.
of
Yeah, so I'm
do
like
something
trying
else.
all these different things, and that didn't work. So then we ended up like pinning the dress so that it looked like it sat like that.
Yes,
And there's a crease in it, so that was good. But yeah, there was just like many things throughout the day where I felt like I really supported her. And after that, I got a really beautiful message from her. And that was just like reassurance of why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Totally. Oh, that's amazing. And I guess as well, like your first wedding, having so many people in the media team.
Yeah,
like,
there was
how
so
did you navigate
many.
that?
Like as I said, I got really lucky, and the photographer and her content
She'd like
creator
let you have a turn and stuff.
she just took me under her wing, and she just did things like, you know, I've never done wedding content creation before, and although I've been married, I didn't have a big wedding, so I don't actually know how a lot of these things work. So she was like, you know, do you want to get some content like of the shoes and stuff like this? Like I just took photos for that,
the invites,
and and she's like, do you want to do this? And like all of the things that we know as content creators now, but for my very first job, I probably might have not gotten those things.
You would have missed it.
Yeah, and so she really like guided me throughout the day and helped me.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a massive team, and I remember there was like points where all of the team would be on just the bride at once, and we'd all be standing there like this all over each other, so we could all capture the shot. But yeah, it was heaps of fun. I loved it. It was great. It was a great.
That's another good point why content creators probably shouldn't have cameras, because they have enough cameras in their face. Like we don't need another one.
100%.
Yep, for
so
sure.
True.
Yeah.
So this one's interesting. How do you balance like trending reels with like trending content with authentic content, and then there's all different types of content to get? How do you make sure you get enough of everything and then still focus on your job?
Like I like to stay up to date with the trends. So on my business page, I will follow a lot of other content creators and like wedding pages, so I can understand like what's trending and what sort of angles to get and what sort of shots to get. But I do also like to tailor the content to the couple. So I will sort of get an understanding of what the couple is like in the pre-wedding call. And then on the day as well, I'll just be observant. So for example, like I'll have one couple that's like really fun and loving. So I'm obviously not going to create content that's very cliche and romantic. It's going to be fun, and I'm going to choose audio and the style of editing to suit them. Whereas there'll be another couple that's like super like lovey and like affectionate. And of course that's going to be really romantic content. So I do like to stay up to date, but I'm not going to go into a wedding day and be like, I like this song and I like this style, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tailor it to what I think the couple would like to.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. I guess what is your what's a dream like wedding, like a dream couple for you?
Actually really exciting. So I'm doing my first wedding Lake Como this year.
Yay! Oh, you're going to Italy. Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a full circle moment. Yeah. And I think I'm so excited because it's like, it's a full circle moment. Like I got married in Lake Como last year, and now I'm capturing someone else's wedding day, and I'm like so excited. Like I'm already going to be in Italy, and I'm obviously excited for the trip, but I feel like I'm most excited for this day because that is my dream content day, would be to go back to the place that I eloped and capture it for a couple. And I get to do that. So I'm really, really excited to do that.
Oh, that's so sick.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. And is it an elopement as well?
Yeah, it's just the two of them. So they're doing a pretty similar thing to us, actually. They're going on a boat, and they're also doing a ceremony, but it's just on the other side of the lake. But and I think a lot of that was because I did get married overseas. She's like, you know, like I trust, like you get it, and you know the vibe that I'm after, so I trust you. And I'm like, perfect. Like I'm so excited to do this.
Oh, wow.
And she gave me her run sheet, and everything was like back to back, like a 9 o'clock this, 10 o'clock this, and I'm like, let's just readjust that, because
let me tell you,
Italy, everyone is on their own time. Yeah,
that's for fucking sure. Yeah, everything will get done eventually, which it does. I think they're just like, we are not drawn that way, you know, in Australia. So
we like to have a plan a little bit.
We follow the rules a lot, don't we?
Yeah,
we
I
follow
feel like
the
when
rules.
you've got a plan though, it's fine to change it up, but it's at least we have a plan. We can fall back.
Also, like lose your job here. Like, I don't know.
Literally.
And this is not
Literally.
even just in content creation or like, you know, that sort of stuff over there. It's just everything. Like, they're so blasé, and I mean, it works for them, but they're so like, oh, we open at 10 o'clock. Cool, we'll rock up at 1. Like, whereas here, it's like, you can't do that. Yeah, and overseas, like, yeah, I just think they're so. That's probably why my photographer was like, it happens, and I'm like, no, it doesn't happen.
You don't understand.
It's probably why they live to like 180.
They're not
exactly.
stressed.
They're not stressed. We're
They're
so
not stressed.
and like structured here.
Yeah.
Something to take away from that, surely. But actually, I've just remembered I've got an inquiry for Lake Como next year in June. Yes, I wanted to. Well, I said we were going to do Europe next year, and it's at Villa Monastero. She's booked the gazebo.
Oh,
I was like, oh my god,
you're going back.
Yeah, so I was like, we'll tag team. Like, you go this year, I'll go next year.
Tell her not to be late because
literally. I was like,
my gosh,
did you book it? So
so
now I know.
$8,000 for that. It was 8,000 AUD to hire it out, because Villa Monastero, for those that don't know, it's like sort of like a museum. Like, well, it's not a museum.
It is like a botanical gardens museum. Like, I think that's
because it's like so pretty at tourist time.
It's perfection.
Is that the one where there's that video that's trending with the people are standing on the plinths and they're playing the violins or doing the singing? No, you haven't seen it? Is there a big walkway into the...
Nah, it's kind of like a little, like a U shape.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But we did this really cool video with Briony, and she's like running through in slow-mo, and then Luke like grabs her, picks her up, spins her around. I'm like, oh god, so
I love
cool.
that video. I actually recreated that for one of my brides.
Did you? Oh, good.
Yeah, so I was like, is there anything that you want to capture? Like, we're pretty much done for the day before she was going to go off and have fun at the reception. And she's like, I don't know if this is weird, but I really want to recreate this video. And I was like, that's not weird. It's me. I was like, you think I made that up? I found that on TikTok. Like, everyone has taken something from someone.
It's like, just inspo.
Yeah, it's inspo. I'm like, we can do it, and we'll make it your own. New song, new vibe. Right.
Yeah, so good. Oh, so good. I guess we would love to know, something that you wish your couples knew about hiring a creator for the day. So something that you probably might have to explain to them in the beginning or when they're reaching out to you. Like, is there something,
or inquiries that don't go through because they just didn't realize something,
like regrets, so I guess giving them, the couples, because we have couples listening, some advice on like why maybe they should hire a creator, or what they should look out for when hiring someone.
I think if you don't do content creation yourself, whether that be weddings or just in general events, socials, whatever, you probably don't understand the work that goes into it. So I think sometimes, like, I know my packages are on the cheaper side, and there are still sometimes people like, oh, really? I don't want to spend that. Like, there is still an additional, I'd say, 5 hours on top of the time that we're there for editing and uploading.
True.
So probably just knowing that there is so much more work that goes into that, and also that we don't replace other vendors. So like, I've had a few couples reach out, and this is just like, they're just not aware, so they're just asking the question. But I've had couples reach out and be like, do you take photos too? And like, should I just get a videographer, or should I get you?
If I can do all family photos on my iPhone. I was like, no, probably not.
No, and I said, I mean, like, I get behind the scenes photos, but by no means is that photography. Like, that's just a couple photos here and there that's on an iPhone. Like, it's what a friend could take. It's not. I don't replace a photographer. And there's been a wedding that I did do where she said, do you think that I should cancel my videographer? And I said, I don't want to give advice on that, because I do something so completely different. Like, and so I think people need to probably just understand that, like, what a photographer can give you, what a videographer can give you, and what we can give you is so completely different. And, sometimes people might opt in to get a content creator over a videographer like I did. But that just needs to be like your decision. And in making that decision, you need to understand that if you do opt in on a content creator, they're not going to replace a videographer. It's a completely different thing.
Yes.
So I think that's one thing. 100%. Like, I've had couples be like, I might cancel my videographer, but can you make sure you get all of the speeches and the whole ceremony? And I was like,
yeah, sure, for extra money.
Yeah, I was like,
free.
I will definitely get as much of it as I can, but I do think
not.
that you should keep your videographer because I can't give you what they're going to give you. It's a different style of content.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's such a good point. And I think also, like, I've had this situation before where I've had a couple not tell me they didn't book a photographer for their elopement and they booked just us. And she told me like a few days before, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, she'd already booked us in. And she was so disappointed that we didn't edit photos or take photo. Like, she was like, oh, like some photos are really wonky and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
why not?
it's just raw content. Like, did you not read the package that I sent you?
Wow.
That has like, these are your edited reels that you get. Here's your raw content. And like, that's it. Like, we don't, I ended up going back and editing like 40 photos for her because I felt bad.
Oh, you did it. Yeah.
Classic. I'm a people pleaser. And I literally, I was so like, oh, like, I'm really sorry. And I took that as like, oh, I need to be better at asking. And I was, I don't know,
asking questions.
But I just didn't like have the opportunity to communicate with her as much because she was really busy. And I'm like, oh, there were things that I kind of just let slip in the beginning of like, oh, you know, because I kind of knew her through just like mutual friends. And I was like, oh, I just missed that opportunity to be super clear on what wedding content is because I feel like you said, you know, you're not from the industry. It's someone that might have been a bit more, you know, thinking this is a replacement. And she was obviously disappointed with this vision she had in her mind of what the result was going to be. And I'm like, literally there with an iPhone. Like, you saw our creator there with an iPhone. Like, you didn't see any other camera.
No.
Like,
well, we live and we learn. Now we ask the question 3 times just to be sure.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, literally, could have done that a lot better. But, and that's like me being 2 years into it. So there's always things that you're learning.
You're always learning. I feel like you take something from every job.
Every job. Yeah.
Kills me. I'm like, things still happen and I'm like, this is not fair. I feel like I've been working constantly to fix my everything and then things will just pop up.
There's always something that happens. I actually did a wedding where there was just me and a photographer, and I felt like there was just so much pressure because I was trying to capture the vows and I was trying to capture so I had a camcorder and I had my iPhone both at the same time and I'm trying to make sure I remember shaking. I was like shaking so much and I was like, don't shake, and I'm standing there and I'm like, must make it perfect. But I was like, and then I'm like, this isn't my job. Like, I need to be more transparent in the future because I can't do this. And it's little details that I could be capturing as a content creator, I'm sort of not because I'm stood in the one place trying to capture a big video, which is what a videographer would do. So like it's harder to do your job as well if you're trying to.
And it takes up more space. That's what because I used to do that. I used to have like a film camera, not a proper one, just a disposable funny one, and a camcorder and my iPhone, and I used to have them all hang off me like an octopus, and I'd be walking around, I'm trying to do everything, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not doing everything quality, and like Lex agreed, and I was just like, I need to just scale back and do one thing. And then now if I need to do vows or something, it's just on a tripod. I'm just going to leave that there and then walk away.
Yeah, spare phone or whatever. Because it's just, you're going to be focusing on
the actual artistic stuff.
The stuff that will make it into the reel, not like the whole kind of vows or the speeches or the ceremony that they're just going to look back on for kind of safekeeping, I guess. So it's important to be like, this is actually my number one priority, is getting like the best bits and giving you the BTS. But if you want all of that, like it's going to be a bit extra, and also it's time consuming because you're trying to go back and check if it's still running and all these other things that you're like, oh, it's in the back of my mind that thing is there,
which makes me feel less guilty about charging for it now.
No, absolutely.
It's an add-on. That's
an add-on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes. What else are we gonna what's okay, I love this question. What's your favorite part about a wedding day?
Oh,
to capture. No.
I did see this question and I don't know, because I love the whole day. Honestly, I love the whole day. I sometimes want the speeches, like I'm like, oh my God, you know, when you sit as a guest, and for anyone listening as a guest, you know this, when there's speeches and there's that one family member that just goes on
On
and
and
on
on.
and on and on.
Mhm.
Well, when you're a wedding vendor, you have to listen to that every weekend. So sometimes in the speeches, I'm like, that's
Is it
probably my
over?
least. Yeah, that's probably my least favorite part of the day. And sometimes looking at the couple's faces, I can tell it's theirs too. I would say the very morning is really exciting because
Yeah.
you know there's still all of that excitement there. Like they've woken up, the day's here, like they're all excited. And so the morning of like all the girls getting ready, I love being there, and the vibe for that is just great. But in terms of capturing content, I would say when they're doing the photos after the ceremony, because it's just always really romantic, and I feel like that's where you get the best content. So from
And
a
they get a
content
breath
angle,
then. They get to chill for a
They've
bit.
chilled out. Yeah, the hard part's over.
yeah, they're away from everyone. Like they're with their partner, who they probably haven't seen all day.
I know,
And
it's
like I think
wild.
there's just and there's some really
You'll never
cute
see your
moments
partner on your
too.
wedding day.
Crazy, isn't it?
I know. There's like cute moments too where they'll be like, I missed you, or like, thank God you're here. Like, oh my God, I've been so stressed. And you
Why did
almost
we
want
do
to
this?
see,
Yeah.
but you like see that like the stress just sort
Relief.
of go away when they're with them. And I think that's really sweet.
I was going to tell this to you actually. I don't know if you've already been told to do it or if you should do it for your wedding. But one thing Robbie actually thought of for our wedding, or he got told or someone told him to do it. I didn't even think it. But we did not see each other much at all. And then he came and grabbed me off the dance floor and he's like, come with me. And he came and we stood under a tree and we just looked in at the Sunny Bray marquee, everyone dancing. And we were just on our own.
You take
I was
it
like,
in.
one moment together, that's like my best moment from the whole day. Just
Really?
looking back at everything, and it's so sweet. So happy
Definitely do
just
that.
you too.
Thank you.
Definitely do
Okay,
that. I think you've got practice. I feel like going into your wedding day, you're going to be such a pro because you've seen so many different weddings and like what can go wrong and, you know, parts that you like as well. And so you can literally just create the perfect day for yourself.
It's really interesting though, because like we were wedding guests last year at like 10 different weddings before May, and for like cousins and friends and stuff like that. And we basically, when we got engaged this time last year, it was like, what did we love and hate about the weddings and as guests, and like how do we want the guest experience to be? I think that I'm really focused on that because we've been guests for so many. But it also can be hard because you know how the sausage is made, so it's kind of do you know what I mean? Like you know what the vendors are doing behind the scenes. It's almost like you know too much in a way. It's obviously very good because you have so much knowledge, but at the same time it can be a hindrance because it's like I'm overthinking.
You're gonna be looking out for those things on the day.
Like I'm overthinking things now of like, oh, like and the florist is gonna bring that there and that and that and that and that and all this stuff's gonna happen. Like I should not give a fuck about what's happening behind the scenes.
Their job and then
yeah, but I'm just like, I mean, even
and probably being a content creator, there's going to be times where you're like, are you capturing that? Are you getting this? And
literally, I don't want to, and I'm so
to like let the control.
Your creators are probably stressed too. They're like, oh man,
I'm gonna feel so bad for them. And I even was saying like, how do I edit the reels? Because I watch back on all the reels the next day, and I'm like, but I'm the bride, so I'm gonna have to get like Sophie, my 2IC, to like be the buffer in between to get them to like, oh, take that out or move this before the bride sees it. Do you know what I mean? Which is going to be me. So
me.
Yeah, I'm like, can you just like look over their content?
That's not a bad
beforehand.
Not a bad
if it's all good, send it over. But yeah. So because I'm usually the one that's like the remaining 10%. You know, change this. Change a song or do that, and it's like very minimal, but it just makes the difference. So I'm like, who's going to do that for me?
You see it, you need it, 100%.
Yeah, for
do
sure.
Do you have like a song picked and stuff for what you? Oh no. Okay, I was like, do you have like a saved songs list or something yet?
I do have songs, but like I feel like I'm gonna do a playlist for my DJ, and then I'll base it off of that, or like the bits of the day, you know, the processional, recessional songs for the ceremony, your first dance. We still haven't got that knuckled down, like the song and just all these things. So I'm like, I'm just gonna base it off of that. I think closer to the date. So I mean, we're like 4.5 months away now. So.
How exciting. I'm so excited to see the content.
Me too. Okay. Well, we're almost done. So we'd love to just ask you, I guess, what your stance is on providing other suppliers content from the day if you're capturing for couples, or, you know, have they reached out to you? Do you send it over? What's your kind of, you know, system for that when you send? Do you send content to suppliers?
Yeah, like if they ask for it, I mean, I'm all about being collaborative on the day, so I will get content of them too. And like if I get content, I'll be like, I'll send this to you or something. But if I just get like content of the wedding itself, and then if someone reaches out and says like, oh, do you have any content with this in it? I will send it to them. But I wouldn't go out of my way, like if I'm there for the couple, to be like capturing close-ups of the flowers for like a vendor. But if I'm getting that 100%, like I would love to send that to them. And it's also a great chance to collaborate on social media. So like if they post something and they collaborate with you, or vice versa, if I post a reel for a couple and something is showcased in it that is like another vendor's work, I will collaborate with them. So I'm all for that, but I wouldn't be spending my time that I'm being paid for just focusing on them, if that makes sense. Totally. I'll just get snippets throughout the day.
Do you know what I'm doing this year? I'm changing my questionnaire, and it's just going to have in there, do you mind if I send your full content gallery to suppliers? And if they say yes, killer, I'll just send everyone the email. And if they say no, then I just won't send everyone the email.
I feel like most people are okay with it. I've had like one couple that, and I'm so heartbroken because they are literally the most fucking stunning couple I've like
they know it, that's why they didn't want to share
it. And she was like, no, we just wanted content for us. And I was like, I love it, but like you are so fucking stunning. Like it just, every time I see her name on like when I'm scrolling through my folder, I'm like,
so sad.
I can't even share it because it's just so beautiful. But yeah, so that's good for you. Sorry,
she's in the house.
I was like, no, I think that another thing I struggle with too is like when I really love a reel, I get so excited and I just want to share it. Then also it's like it's theirs to share, and so I want to wait for them to share it. But sometimes, like
they don't
on social media, like us content creators do,
like us.
I went straight away.
People don't live on social
media. I'm like, hello, like where is this video?
Let's
I'm
go.
checking every day.
Hurry up. I sometimes I ask my couples if they want me to post it for them and collaborate with them if they've got the option to do that, like if they're on public or whatever. Because some of them just can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, some of them like just don't care.
They're just like whatever.
Or like I had a couple, I can't remember when I did this wedding. I think it was like February, and she posted a couple weeks ago, and I thought she didn't like the content. Like she sent me a really nice message after I sent her the content, but then like she didn't post any of it, and I was like, oh my god! And that's when my imposter syndrome just really came in, and I was like, she doesn't like it. She's just saying she likes it. She's being nice. That's why, if you like it so much, why haven't you posted it? And so I was like, what the hell? And then the other day she posted, and she got married in Feb. So like, some people just don't. It's just not as urgent for them.
It's
and
on their radar.
Some of us really live on socials. So we're like, I know for me, for example, I posted it like on the day.
Instantly.
Like I think, instantly. Oh no, it was backdated because we did like a lunch where we signed the papers at home. So I posted that part first. And then the late Como stuff. But like I was like ready to just post. And if anyone follows me on TikTok, they would have seen that I absolutely drains the content. I was like posting like 5 times a day at one point. I'm like, well, I've spent a lot on this day, so
that's how we get TikTok.
I'm gonna post.
It was good though. You got so much traction on TikTok, and I feel like that people were just so invested. In the journey.
I think, we left and I had 6,000 followers, and now I've got 30, and I can tell you right now that's from getting married. So
yeah, totally.
Anyone wants to just blow up on TikTok, just get married.
I posted a TikTok
and make everything happen.
Literally, I posted one about the things that we're not, like the non-traditional things that we're doing, and it got like 30,000 views and so many comments.
Loving those.
They love and hate it though. They have their opinions, I'll tell you that much. So
no one's into my fitness journey at the moment though, but to be fair, I'm not really posting it. Well, I need to post more.
Honestly, just even though you've already been married, just post old content, because like anything
I didn't get a content
creator.
Well, I got married before content creators were a thing, and that was so sad.
Get remarried.
Get remarried. Yeah. Renew our vows. Yeah. Need a new ring.
I guess to wrap up, what would be one piece of advice you would give a new creator starting out in the wedding industry?
I think what we said before about having tough skin, like make sure you go in positive with confidence and knowing that you're there for the couple. By all means, if you make friends, that is amazing. But if there is people being rude or dismissive, you just have to have tunnel vision on creating great content for that couple, because there's a reason that either they asked you to be there, or if you asked and you're doing it to expand your portfolio, they said yes for a reason. It is such an important day. So I think, just making sure that you go in reminding yourself that you do belong there and there's a reason that you're there. And then I think the second thing as well is, as we also spoke about before, try not to get too caught up in capturing the content. Yes, that's our job. But if we're capturing content and, we need 2 more shots or whatever it is, and you can see that the couple is over it or getting overwhelmed, like at the end of the day, it's their day. So that's when you call it quits. Like, don't push them. Just be like, you know what, like, let's chill for 5 minutes and let's like reconvene after you've sort of had, some water or a tequila shot or whatever that is.
Literally.
Because I think that's like super important too. So yeah.
That's a good point, actually.
That's great advice.
That's one question we didn't ask. Do you ever direct the couple on the day? Like when...
I love directing the couple on the day. I mean, I don't ever want to step on toes. So if the photographer's already doing that, which most of the time, like literally 9 times out of 10, they will be, the photographer will be directing them, and then they'll be posing and you're just sort of capturing the behind the scenes of that. But sometimes it can look a bit too stiff. So you might just need to be like, give a little kiss or walk towards me. Or like sometimes you have to direct them a little bit, but in a fun way, not in a... Like sometimes I'll literally say, like, you just go off and like do your own thing over there, or tell each other like what you're most looking forward to later tonight, and then they'll have a little giggle because he's probably said something inappropriate, like things like that. Like we will direct them that way.
And do you know
I will never step on toes when doing that.
Videographers
love that we pipe up and say random things because they need the movement and they don't want to talk and interrupt the vibe.
Some of them don't. Depends on who it is.
So but
wow.
I've had some couples be like, what do you think? Like, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so honoured that you asked me that.
That is so nice.
Like me, because like I think as a content creator, you stand there sort of like you get what you need to get, but you also don't want to step on toes. So you sort of just do what you need to do, like a fly on the wall sort of vibe. But I had this couple be like, what do you think we should do? Like, can you show us? And I was like, really? I'm so honoured. And then I got to like pose them and say like, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? And I think that was so much fun. Like I love that.
So
it does. And it's good even when the photographer asks you, they're like, oh, I'm kind of out of ideas at the moment. What do you reckon we should do now? Or like, we've got time during portraits. Like, should we get them to go walk or what should we do? And you're like kind of collaborating on that together. And they get some really fresh ideas as well, because obviously they're doing it in and out and they've got their rinse and repeat.
So I love working with my creators too, because I'm like a photographer, but then when my creators are on site doing weddings with me, they just say,
you see it in a different way.
Like, Maddie, this. And I'm like, oh yeah, why not? Let's do it.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah, it's so nice. Because they're seeing from a different angle.
I think if you have a vendor team that all works really well together, it is always reflected in the content. Because
it's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. If you've got like a bunch of people that can be like, hey, let's do this and I'll do that, and then you can do this and you can do that. Like it's so many sets of eyes and like different perspectives, and you all get to work with each other so closely, and the couple is getting their bang for buck that way because they're getting content creation, photography and videography, but with like so many different sets of eyes because you're all working so closely. Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you don't have that in a wedding day, the only person that's impacted is the couple. So.
The couple.
Absolutely. So good. So thank you so much. Do you want to share where everyone can find you on socials?
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. For starters, I've never done a podcast before, so I was a little bit nervy.
You did amazing.
You're great. So good. So
thank
natural.
You. But yes, I do content creation. So if anyone would like to find me, it is Social Minds Events on Instagram. My TikTok is a little bit slack, so let's just keep it on Instagram for now. And maybe when I have some time, I'll have a TikTok account.
Us too with our podcast. TikTok.
I've got like 4 TikToks on there, so I'm like, let's just keep it on Instagram.
And I guess because you're based in Melbourne, but you do travel as well. Obviously.
Yeah, so actually on that, so I'm based in Melbourne, Australia, but as of next year, I will be permanently living in Bali. So
you're moving to Bali.
I am. I'm moving to Bali, so I will still have a team in Melbourne that does, like I've got 2 girls that I trust to do content creation here. But if anyone is having any destination weddings in Bali, then I'm your gal.
That's so cool. I know a lot of people are moving to Bali this year.
That's so good.
That's so cool.
Wow.
I'm just so excited to like be tanned all year round.
Yeah,
I'm keen.
That's so good. Oh, that's so
good.
exciting. Yes. like, I think everyone needs to follow Briony, stay tuned on all the things that you're doing. So good.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. It was so fun.
Thank you. So good to chat. Thank you.